Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Value Learning. We are discussing part 3 of chapter 1, that is strategic levels in an organization. Based on the past papers, understand that this is a very important area as a lot of questions have come up from this section. So let's dive in. In large organizations, strategy can be formulated at three levels: corporate level, business level, and functional level. So let's discuss one by one. First is the corporate level. It is formulated by top managers. They participate in strategic decision making and provide leadership for the organization as a whole. They plan for expansion and growth, vertical and horizontal integrations, new investments, divestments, R&D, mergers and acquisition. These all kind of decisions are taken at this level. So, kind of managers at this level are CEO, senior executives, and corporate staff, and also includes general manager. They are linked between the people who oversee strategic development and those who own the company. Who owns the company? The shareholders. So they are also part of defining the vision, mission, and long-term objectives of the company. They decide which industries to enter or exit and allocate resources between different business units. So let's take an example for Tata Group. So Tata Group is into IT, auto, steel, power, tourism, airways, etc. So at a corporate level, it's company's top people. So currently, who's the top most people? It's N. Chandrasekharan, who is the managing director and chairman. So he gets to decide on whether he wants to enter into or they want to enter into new industries or diverse existing ones, and how to allocate resources to maximize the overall profitability and growth, and also abiding to its mission, vision, or whatever corporate responsibilities or they have towards the people. Then second is business or divisional level. So they develop strategies for competing in the individual business area of the organization. They are responsible for that particular business product line for healthy growth of their divisions. The managers at this levels are usually known as like divisional managers and staff, and general managers also come under this part as well. So their strategy focuses on that individual business unit or market segments to compete or gain a competitive advantage. So that's their focus areas, to gain that competitive advantage for that particular product or market segment. So let's take an example again. To compete in an automotive market, Tata Motors had adopted a business level strategy for its Nano project, where they targeted affordable car segment and for middle and lower income buyers. So they're involved using low cost production and competitive pricing. Then moving on to functional level. So they are basically lowest tier of strategic management. They deal with specific organizational functions such as marketing, finance, or operations to support the business level strategy. Strategies at this level is about optimizing the efficiency and effectiveness of each function to support that business strategy. So, for its steel business, Tata Steel implemented a functional level strategy focused on improving its financial health and efficiency. So, they made efforts to reduce its debt and also lower the cost of its raw materials, which led to strengthening of the financial stability and competitiveness of the company. So they are also more closer to the customers than the typical general managers. They are also responsible for operationalizing and implementing the strategy. So, in a crux, the corporate level decides what business it wants to achieve, while the business level shares or draws the idea and plan to execute the same, which eventually is flown down to the functional level, who basically execute and achieve the results. So you can also take any large company of your interest and try and study their organizational levels and strategies adopted by them in the past, to give you an insight of what are the key roles in an organization and what their responsibilities are, and how what are their thought process, how do they drive their businesses. So there are three types of network of relationship between the levels and also amongst the same levels of a business. So first is functional and divisional relationship. A functional and division relationship is seen in a large multi-divisional company that has both a centralized functional structure for company-wide operations and a divisional-wide structure for its various product line or geographic regions. For example, a global sportswear company might have a divisional structure with separate divisions for its running, athletic apparel, and footwear product lines. But with each division, a functional structure for a marketing team, a finance team, and an R&D team. So, just to make it more clear, so if it is a running line or just a footwear line, so they will have again a footwear is considered as like a separate organization, and it will have its own finance team, own marketing team, and own R&D team. Then again, at a athletic apparel side, they will have a marketing team, finance team, and R&D team, and likewise. And then at a group organizational level as well, they will have like which consolidates all the divisions. It will again have those finance team and the CEO who will allocate resources as to whether they want to go into footwear more, they want to go into gym equipments or sporting equipments. Then that's how they will decide. Then again, moving on, then there is a horizontal relationship. So here it is mostly suitable for startups where there is basically a flat structure and there is more openness and transparency in discussions, and which leads to more innovation and idea sharing and brainstorming. So it's more suitable for startups where they need fresh ideas, lean structure, and it leads to innovation. Then the third type of relationship is like a matrix relationship. In a matrix organization, usually an employee has two managers. For example, a software developer might report to the head of engineering for their technical standards and career growth, and while also reporting to a project manager for a task related to a specific product launch within that organization. So that is basically the crux for matrix relationship. You can also go through the guidance as provided also in your study guide as to what does this mean individually. Guys, it's time for quiz. Please pause the video, read the question properly, and then think of an answer. So the question is, forging partnership with established dealership to enhance its distribution network falls under which level of strategy? A. Corporate level strategy, B. Business level strategy, C. Functional level strategy, and D. Competitive level strategy. So the correct answer is B. Business level strategy. Why so? Forging partnerships with dealerships is a business level strategy because it is a strategic plan aimed at achieving competitive advantage in a specific market and thereby contributing to the company's broader competitiveness. Time for quiz number 2. Please again pause the video, read the question properly, and then think of an answer. So the question is, formulation of strategies in a strategic management process is undertaken by A. Top level executives, B. Middle level executives, C. Lower level executives, and D. All of the above. So the correct answer is A. Top level executives. And the reason is the corporate and top level decides what business wants to achieve, while the business level draws ideas and plans to execute the same, and which eventually is flown down to functional levels to execute and achieve results. So again, there is a quick one. Which of the following managers' roles is to be as close to the customer as possible to ensure the strategies being made are realistic and attainable? A. Supervisor of the team, B. Functional manager, C. Chief Executive Officer, and D. Strategic Business Unit Head. So the answer is B. Functional manager. So time for the last quiz. Mr. B.K. Suman shall work as the general manager of the R&D center for the two companies. At which strategic level will he be working as a general manager? The options are A. Corporate level, B. Corporate and business level, C. Functional and business level, and D. Functional level. So the answer is corporate and business level. So, reason is general managers deliver their responsibilities at both corporate and business levels. However, the responsibility depends on the size of that organization. So, that's all for this section. See you again in the next chapter, the external environment. Thank you.